Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Series 11, episodes 14 through to 19. Now, Chris, week 3, where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, we had Grace, Tiffany and Will come in, and then we got the Casa Amor Villa, Dave, which was confirmed by Mr. Ian Sterling when I watched the extra episode, because me and Sam were watching, I was like, that's a bit of a small villa for 10 people to go in, whether it's the guys or the girls go in. But I do think, Dave, I'm throwing in conspiracy theory straight out the bat, absolutely on it. Joey and Grace are together and have been together outside the villa before this came in. It explains him not kissing Samantha. Samantha's more gutted that she's lost out on the potential fucking OK magazine bullshit that goes on afterwards and the financial stuff. And the way Joey is with Grace, that's not just an Ibiza fucking quick romance, is it? There is something there between these two. Joey is a different person with her. I still think he's a complete bellend, but I'm saying from the start, this is like the Ekin Sue and that other guy who was supposed to come in Casa Amor, and they binned him off that time when she was plotting to be a ball and stir it up. She didn't know she was going to get with Davide, but this whole thing to me stinks. And Joey, I still don't think Joey should be in there anyway. I think it's a farce, but I just think it's a complete fake thing we watch. He's like Towie in some respects.
Yeah, we've gone straight there, so I don't disagree with you. No, it's all right. I mean, I agree. I don't want to shit on the season because I'm enjoying it, but it does. Joey's whole presence there is really souring it for me. And the thing is with Grace coming in, so straight away you're like, this looks, there's something off about this. And then as the week's gone on, I just haven't been convinced otherwise. That I agree with you. It's like they've been together, not just a bit of a fumble, like you say before. There is something there. They are at a more progressed state than anyone else in that villa, and they're trying to play up to the cameras. But especially with him, he's a fucking pro at it, isn't he? He's literally been doing this for over a decade now. So you just can't take anything seriously, really. And I do think Samantha was, I don't know, she didn't even seem that arsed about him. It was more the situation. She could certainly her pride was hurt, but it did seem to be more that like, oh fuck, I'm going to be going out, which she eventually did. But yeah, I've got to say, I'm totally with you. I think the whole thing stinks.
Yeah, and also because, and I think you're right, because this whole bloody podcast is built on us calling out these fakers and trying to decipher, is anything real? I think that's what the whole thing of the podcast is us taking the mick and just going bullshit. Like people will just stay with somebody for the duration and for the show. And then you get the odd outlier. Like when we did that channel, what's that Channel 4 one we've just covered, Dave, the dating one. And that guy was like, fuck it, I'm going to earn some money going on another dating show. See ya.
Oh, Love Triangle.
Love Triangle, the DJ from Manchester. And he just went, Lloyd, he went, fuck off, I'm going. See you guys. This is shit. You're not paying me. I'm not into you. I don't care. Bye.
Sophie Monk in the second Australian season of Love Island was just like, what? I know it's kind of here, but I really like a holiday. So
yeah, 2 weeks.
Good luck.
2 weeks without me. How the hell you got away with that one? I do not know. But that's what it feels like. It just feels that Joey's got and knows what to do. There's been all this thing about people get called to the front door of the house because that's where the producers are. They're outside the villa, and they get called to it, and we know this goes on, and it feels as if Joey is just constantly stood at the door in the morning getting a script what he's going to do. I'm not saying it's not been entertaining, because it has, and I think if Joey, what you look at as well, if Joey wasn't in there, you're thinking, well, what actually would have happened? Because he stirred up loads of conversations. He stirred up like different islanders to confront people. Go and have a word with him now. I won't sit on that. He's the first one most of the time involved. But then when you get the stuff with Samantha leaving, he's acting as if he's just divorced his wife and everything. And it's like, you didn't even kiss her. You didn't give a shit about her. When other people were confronting him, he was like, yeah, well, I really respect her. I don't just want to dive in there. And I'm like, bull fucking shit. Grace comes in. He's there like a rat up a fucking drain pipe straight away. It's like, I'm not buying it at all. I, out of the two of them, Samantha didn't do anything wrong. Grace seems like a good person, but Dave, if she's with Joey, she's either been queued up. Do you want to do this relationship thing? I'm going in, you're going in. Let's go. I'm coming as a bomb. Let's do it. It could be that, and they're just running with it because they have had a bit of a fumble at a beefer. But I'm with you, and like I said, it's that these two are definitely more than just a holiday romance, because there is a connection between them. And fair play, if there is, that's great. But don't try and deceive the audience, because I'm not buying what they're trying to sell at all.
Yeah, I was saying I'm enjoying the season, but I'm going to make a hypocrite out of myself. So that bit where Samantha's gone and then it's the episode after that, and Joey's like leaning over in the morning chat and he's like, oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe she's gone. And, I really respected her. And this and the other, I'm like, you're getting out the violin. Fuck off. that whole scene was infuriating. Talk about insincere. I couldn't believe it. I was so annoyed. But apart from that, I've been really enjoying it. But yeah, I think, to be honest, I just need Joey fucking gone off the screen. I need him out of there. I kind of disagree with you a little bit, because he has been stirring it up. But like you say, it's like having a producer literally there on screen, like pulling all the strings in a very obvious way. I think if he wasn't there, there'd still be drama being created. The producers behind the camera are still, prodding. They're still, trying to plant seeds in people's heads about what they need to say and stuff. But that gives us that illusion of, this thing is all real, and that's what I want. I want to drink the Kool-Aid. Just fucking plug me back into the Matrix so I can not look at fucking Joey conducting everyone like an orchestra. So yeah, I'm not going to go on about Joey too much, but the trouble is I don't see how he's probably going to be there to the end, isn't he? He's probably got a fucking contract to say that, but yes, him and Grace definitely more progressed than anyone else. It's very, very clear to see. And yeah, just shame for Samantha. I don't think she was in on it, clearly. But it's just very sour about those two, Chris. And like you say, Grace does seem... She comes across in a kind of nice way, doesn't she? But you can't help but think, okay, you're obviously kind of in on this as well.
Yeah, and I agree. Sorry to cut across. I genuinely think that. I think Samantha, like you said, is more the gutted that she's left so early, really, in the whole of Love Island. Because give it a few weeks and everyone's like, who's Samantha? Oh, yeah, one was with Joey. So it always is with Love Island. We do it ourselves. We'll do an episode and one of us will call back one of the ex-contestants and then we're like, oh, fucking hell, I forgot all about them.
Yeah.
So I do understand it. And I'm with you. The faux fucking... like, oh, I just wanted the best for her. She was such a lovely girl. And I'm like, shut up, you fucking bellend. And I think that's what it is as we talk it out. Joey's a distraction to the show that you feel, all right, he brought the sort of drama along. I'm saying, what would have happened without him there? But maybe you're right. To be fair, Ronnie's doing a good fucking job of being a fucking bellend anyway, isn't he? So you're probably right. I'll talk about him in a second. But yeah, I think with Joey, maybe you're right. Maybe it is the end of his journey as such. But I think we're going to be here foreseeable. And I just hope this is a one-off, because Love Island doing this with each series, you've got the All-Stars thing. I still think, and Sam was one who's called it, she said it. I think she said, I feel he's only in here because of the January All-Stars. He's definitely going to be back for the All-Stars show, Joey, 100%. His agent will be working fucking overtime. It would be like that, the Muppets where that person's on the little things on the typewriter, fucking typing dead quick. They're there, but they're already fucking putting their emails out and everything to the producers. He'll be there. But what about Grace? Grace, who? Fuck it, we're there. See you January with my fucking bit of cash. So I know they say he's not getting paid. I'm not fucking buying that one bit at all. There is more to this than meets out. But anyway, like you say, Joey, full stop. Dave, fucking Ronnie. What the hell does all the girls see in this absolute bell end?
Oh,
I'm really feeling the guy.
You've stolen my corner that I was going to stand in, but go on, sorry.
He's a fucking absolute bell end. I don't know what he offers. He's slimy, he's snidey, and all he does is treat the women with disrespect. But like Jess couldn't get enough of him. We've got fucking Harriet. We've got Tiffany, who, let's be honest, Dave, she literally could be an AI robot. She offers nothing. There's no personality there. She's got a fucking smile that she just stands there looking gormlessly. And I don't know what's going on. And even when he was being disrespectful to the girls, and he's supposed to be girl code, she just follows him. It's like he presses a button, like he's got remote control, goes, right, cool, I'm not having that, speaking to my fucking girlfriend. And it's like, I don't get it at all, but I don't know what Ronnie has, unless it's something that we can't see that Ronnie has, Dave. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know, but I just don't get. I don't get, he is tall, but I don't know what his shoe size is, but I don't get what he actually offers, because he's just a bit of an absolute clown, and there's no way he's 27, Dave. Let's be honest about that. I said that last week. We've got the Ekin Sues about him with his age. I'm not having it.
Isn't he? But
fucking right he is.
So that was going to be my whole point around Ronnie, right? I just don't get it. I would love if someone maybe message us, stick on Facebook or email, whatever. I am baffled. And the thing is, it's not just Ronnie, right? There's something about this archetype, this character that, constantly is a piece of shit. But, for some reason, the girls flock to him. And it's like, oh, he's so funny, isn't he? Oh, God, he's so funny. And I'm like, but is he? Like, he does that thing. I can't remember who I noticed this about a few seasons ago, but just because you laugh at the end of your own silly little joke, it doesn't make you funny. I can't remember who it was who I said it about, but I've noticed he does that. He does throw in, like, something that is supposed to be funny, and I could imagine if I was sat there, I'd like politely laugh, if I didn't really know him. It's like, good one, Ronnie. And, but you see the girls, they're like fucking fighting over him. And he just Chris, I'd imagine, obviously, we didn't speak to each other in week one, but not like we've fallen out somewhere. It just happened to be on holiday, but we didn't get to speak to each other. But surely after episode 1, you spotted him straight away. It's like, oh yeah, he's a prick. He's a fucking prick. But for some reason, is it because we're guys and we've met 1,000 Ronnies before, and they're always pricks? Or is it an age thing? Or is it a combination of both? Like, that's why I'm really baffled. I'd love people to message in and just help me understand why not everyone can see, oh yeah, this guy's a complete tool. Why would anyone be interested at all? I mean, that whole thing, Chris, I almost feel like he's a bit of a blast from the past in some ways as well, isn't he? A lot of the guys who come onto Love Island now, they're well trained in etiquette, not like royalty, but just in terms of how to behave and how to talk, whereas he's like, I don't know, from the 80s, and baffled, Chris.
Yeah, and you know what, David? It's interesting because you're right, and what made me laugh, right? So I'll throw back to my granddad. I lost my mum's dad, my granddad John. He passed away last year, right? Irish guy from Belfast, big. He's as tall. I was as tall as him. He's 6'2", big, black Irish navigate sort of bloke. But he used to have, and we always used to take the piss. So when we used to go on holiday, he used to wear them fucking sandals. We used to call them Jesus boots. Now, I was brought up Catholic, Dave, so I'm not being blasphemous. We used to say Jesus, and he'd have them on. You know, them fucking sandals with the leather ones, and they just look horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
And, the open toes, like what a woman would wear, but my granddad always wore them. We used to take the mick out of him. I remember having he'd be sunburnt across his toes and everything, and he had proper eyes. And my granddad would be like, what the fuck's so wrong with these? We were taking the piss, like trying to put them on and everything. And we always used to say, Grandad John's Jesus boots. Ronnie's there defending Tiffany to everyone with them exact same boots on. And I'm looking at him going, fuck me, my granddad was 85 and probably still wearing them when he passed away last year. And this fucker's there trying to act cool. You say a throwback. I'm watching him going, all right, Crocs. Fair enough. I can sort of go with Crocs. I've actually got a pair of Adidas on now. They're like Adidas Crocs, I suppose. And I've got them on and I wear them all the time. And Jordan hates, I've got a black pair of them, but Jordan hates that they've got these like purple, pinky ones, Dave. And I wear them on holiday around the pool on purpose. And then I had these Sheen slip-on ones that just look horrendous, but they're not Crocs, but they are. So I'll go with Crocs. Everyone wore Crocs, didn't they, 2 seasons ago? All the lads had them on, all the girls had them on. They are a massive brand. And being a brand I think some of my family members used to wear and used to take the mick out of, say, 15 years ago, they are huge now. You can get, but he's got them on, and I'm thinking, they're never coming in fucking style. I don't give a fuck what age you are. They look fucking horrendous. And I'm trying to take him seriously when he's having a pop at everyone. I'm not having that, the girl speaking. He has to go at Harriet. And I'm looking at his shoes going, mate, just go back to your 1970s fucking wardrobe, mate. I don't even want to listen to you because he is a throwback. He's a joke. He's an absolute joke of a character, but he is someone we need. And I'm with you. He treats the girls with no respect. If someone else comes in, he's going to be off again. Tiffany is just there because she's the flavour of the week at the moment. He'll be gone again. And I don't get it. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe it's because we can see in guys. I'm pretty certain in the chat, everyone, male and female, all our friends in the chat were saying like what a bellend he is. I've not heard any or seen any good comments about this guy, and I don't get it. Other than that, he's Olivia Atwood's best man at her wedding to that Bradley Dack. What a very, very strange character he is.
Yeah. I mean, I really didn't like. So obviously, it just goes from triangle to triangle. But I think the worst moment in this week is when obviously Tiffany, she's a bit sore, isn't she? She thought she kind of got claws into Ronnie, but obviously he saw it a bit differently. And then she's sort of talking about him being an actor. He's acting. But then this is the thing with people like Ronnie is he fucking turns quite nasty, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But it's the bit that I thought was horrendous is where he's like, this is me. I've won the prize. Look at the prize that I've won. I'm like, she's not your fucking possession, mate. And you've just literally coupled up. There was something so off about that. And then obviously Tiffany, she goes to try and pull him for a chat later. He's like, no, I'm not speaking to you. I'm like, oh, fucking grow up, you prick.
Yeah, it is. And again, like you say, Dave, he can't go on for much longer. This guy cannot be there because nobody's going to buy whoever he stays with. By the end of week 8, that he's in love with someone. I'm not having it. He's got that football banter boys thing about Annie, because he's a semi-pro, or he was a professional footballer. He's semi-pro now, and he's got that. You can see it's that locker room, changing room banter he's got about the fucking, the girls, and they're just treated as objects, aren't they? Because he's obviously got a few notches on his bedpost and all this, and it's like, but I don't even think like the way he is as a character. He doesn't feel like he should be in Love Island to me. He feels like he should be in, I don't know, like a dating show. I don't get it. He stands out for me more than Joey, I think, at times. And they've made it all about in the last 10 days. It really has been about Ronnie. And you've got obviously Harriet, who literally can turn the fucking waterworks on like a tap. I mean, she's just like, she just reminds me of a spoiled brat who's never been told no, basically. You know what I mean? Like,
isn't she?
Yeah, she is, honestly. It's like, oh my God, he's stolen my Barbie. Oh. And it's like, oh, don't do that. There you go. One of them, like, whatever it is, she's got her own way for her own life. So when she's challenged, she can't handle it. Them two actually are probably a really good couple together. But it's been great viewing because we're fucking ranting about him. But one thing I want to address with Ronnie, actually, Dave, and it's something that I know online, there's been loads of it. No. This is a positive. This is a positive about him, to be fair. So Monday was on a podcast. So there's been massive thing about his hair. I'm not going to take the piss out of his hair at all. And like when the lights go down, it's different. But apparently he does spray his hair, one of them things to thicken it out, because loads of people are saying like what's going on with his hair? Is it a wig and all this stuff? But apparently he's very open about it, and he's really open and everything. But the producers have not shown the conversations. He does his hair in the morning, he puts his spray on. Obviously we know we can't go in the pool and all that, but so he won't be doing any sort of challenges. But I think it's really interesting, as much as I think he's a dick, that he's doing that, and he's showing people that he's doing it, but the producers are not doing it. Because let's be honest, Dave, we've got fucking we've got silicone everywhere in the villa, and we've got fucking hair extensions, we've got fucking nails, we've got eyelashes, and that's just the fucking blokes, Dave. So why shouldn't they show this? Why shouldn't they, go with it? I mean, because Mummy said he's dead open about it. He's not hiding it from the cameras. So I just find that in this day and age, there's nothing wrong with, if you want to do your hair or anything like that. It's something I laughed about years ago. You'd have the jokes, wouldn't you, like the Benny Hill stuff where you'd pull the wigs up or whatever. But there's nothing wrong with it. No, I'm being serious. Stop it. I'm being serious. I'm going the little guy on the head. On his head. Now, if someone goes up to Ronnie and starts doing that, and then one of the girls is dressed in a nurse's outfit and we get the music, we're definitely in the wrong.
Started so well.
I know I did. I know. But it's a positive. Stop it. I can just hear that. On his fucking head, Benny Hill, they're laughing. But I'm being serious.
Sorry. It's just because you started so positive, and then somehow you planted the image of fucking Benny Hill slapping the bald guy.
Some nurse in a white fucking outfit with sussies on running after him. Yeah, right. Stop it.
Sorry. Oh, fuck me.
This is a positive thing. I'm fucking positive because I've seen like people defending it. I think there's nothing wrong with it, Dave, and I really don't. But it's just weird how the producers are sort of, he doesn't know he's getting this sort of thing when he comes out. I mean, let's be honest, he's going to have a free fucking go in Turkey as soon as he comes out of the villa. That is without a doubt going to be done. But I just find it bizarre, again, the producers not showing some of that is real life that people do every day. So I don't know what fucking a tangent I've gone off on, whether I've delivered that in the correct way, made it worse. But I just found it really interesting they've not shown that. And his mum very revealed that, saying he's dead open to everyone about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't fit in with the whole Love Island ethos. Like you say, even though we can see all of the extras that people have added to themselves, maybe they don't actually show what goes into that. But I remember this stuff. I'm assuming it's pretty much the same stuff that with the hair and that. It's been around for like 20, probably more years.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember, those early days of Sky when you had Sky and you had B Sky B. And you used to get these infomercials, and you used to get like the George Foreman grill, and you used to get Jack LaLanne's juicer. And another one was this hairspray stuff. I remember watching it, and they get someone who's hair follically challenged, and they spray his head, and I'm like, but you just like spray painting his head black. Like, I never understood it. I mean, it did look like, I don't know, it had some sort of candy floss texture. Where does it grab to a bit of a hair that's there, or is it? I don't know. It always confused me. I didn't know it was still a thing up until this series.
Yeah, I mean, it does look good on his hairline. I think it's only when they go close you can see that it looks like a bit of synthetic. I think he's got the hairline. It's just at the sides it's gone a bit. But also, I remember playing football And, you used to play with us, Dave. Used to play six-a-side footy, used to run a team and that. And I remember playing football, and we all came off the pitch going, what the fuck is this on our... The shirts were white. They were United shirts, actually. I won't say how we got hold of them, but we all had United shirts on. And they were covered in this stuff. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this? And one of the guys came over from the other side and said, look, one of the guys puts his spray stuff on his fucking... He was all over the shirts. He'd gone in shoulder to shoulder with this guy, close at his six-a-side. There's not one person on that pitch you're not in contact with at some point, tackling or whatever. And I don't know how much stuff this guy must have had in his hair, but it took ages to get it out the shirts. It was all
like
over
boot
it.
Polish.
Yeah, it was about 20 years ago. It was like a weird synthetic thing, not glitter, but it had and when you rubbed it, it made it worse. It was like you were rubbing chalk or something black. It was weird. It was weird, but yeah, fair play to him. But I thought I wanted to address that because I know it's something that online you put it in and everyone's just ripping him. You know what I mean? So I thought I wouldn't go and do that until you started laughing at the Benny Hill references. But other than that,
you made the fucking Benny Hill reference. But I'm with you, right? So for that, good luck to him. There's nothing wrong if he wants to do that. Absolutely fair fucks to him. The thing about him being a prick is a completely different thing. Yes. So I still think not mixing the two things up. But enough about Ronnie, Chris. I mean, what about, should we go to Uma? We've got Ayo and, Io and Mimi. Yeah. And obviously the thing from the week that stood out for me was one of the challenges where, I think that Io had the challenge of, kiss someone who's not your partner, who you're most sexually attracted with. And he picks Uma. And, I found it interesting that he just didn't see that there was anything wrong with that, even when he's challenged with it. And even Joey was sort of saying to him, it's probably the worst person. Just kiss anyone else, and that would have been okay. But you do have history. So what do you reckon to that whole triangle? Well, I guess it's back to a triangle maybe now.
Yeah, I mean, Will had made a play for her, hadn't he? They'd been in the little villa together. So they seemed like there was something there. She seemed to, go with it. But we knew that when Mimi stole Ayu back last week, that she gave the side eye, didn't she? She could see there was still something there. That's not the play, Dave. And I think with Ayu, what's interesting is I like him and I like the way he delivers stuff. He's dead cool. He seems like a really nice guy. But I also think he is a player. He knows what he's doing. By picking Uma there, that is just creating so much drama coming up. Now, whether he's low key knowing how to play the game, I don't know, because us as the viewer, I'm like, oh, mate, that is not the play. Just pick any. I mean, to be honest, though, Dave, if your missus said to you, which of my friends are you most sexually attracted to? That's at the point when you literally just run, like you see that bloke in the meme where he jumps out the office building. That's when you jump out the office building. Or like there's that joke
Danger
in
Will Robinson.
Yeah, when they say, right, what three people, what person would you give me a pass to? And then, say it was Sam, she's always like George Clooney or Brad. Yeah. Brad Pitt. And, and then I say, well, and she'll go, George. And then I'd say something like one of her fucking mates. And then it's like, yeah, that's the joke in it that they all say, like, he said they could have a pass, sort of thing. You don't even answer. I don't know how you'd answer that and get away with it. But it was completely the wrong play. And afterwards, he was trying to justify it. And I'm sort of like, mate, please be quiet. This isn't going to go well. Because Mimi, quite rightly, was fuming, knowing the history, knowing the way he's been with both of them at different points in the last few weeks. Yeah, I don't know why he's done that, unless he wants an out, Dave. And he's just saying to Uma, actually, I do want you, not Mimi. And he don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just, had it been someone like Ronnie, I think I could understand it because, that immaturity. But Ayo comes across like he's so mature and he's got it all together. It just seems really odd that he's just got this blind spot that he can't understand that Mimi would be upset because they still have history. It's not like she's 100% secure. She's still going to feel threatened by Uma and that kind of connection that they've got there. So yeah, it just struck me as a really odd one. Obviously, that happened more at the back end of the week. So I wonder is that squashed or is that going to come back? I'm really not sure. I mean, Uma, to be fair, she seems quite happy with Will at the moment.
Yeah. To be fair, and Will's been dead respectful to her, hasn't he? They've had good chats. He's not made a play for anyone else. He did when he first came in there. He did sort of name a couple of the girls, but who was the one he stuck with? He took her on the villa, and I think it would be great to explore that. I think it's just going to get messy, but we need Messi as well, Dave. Let's be honest. We do need Messi. It may change next week. I mean, Will might be binned off by about Tuesday, the way it goes in this place. You know how the producers are. But Dave, I do want to address something. So we've had Sean, who literally is a fucking wet lettuce in here. Seems like a nice guy. He's made a few plays, you know. We had that Matilda come in and she's with Omar, and then it was like, he still for a chat. But off the back of it, I am getting sick of hearing fucking Ian Sterling make fucking sweet shop jokes. You know, I was watching the extras and they had Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, come with me. I was, in a world of magic, all that crap.
Yeah.
And he just keeps making these jokes about sweets. Oh yeah, it's it's 50p. I'm like, I just find this series again. Ian Sterling's well off. I don't know whether they've had to tone him down or whatever. I still say Rob Beckett off Celebs Go Dating. You've never watched it. He is the OG. He literally swears and says Dave, it's like me and you're having a conversation off the podcast, not the stuff we'd put on the podcast, but literally he rips into him about everything. I just find that I'm getting tediously bored now of listening to him saying the same jokes about Sean every single episode, and none of them are landing for me.
I think he's been a bit off for the last few seasons, to be honest. I do feel like he just takes that joke and he runs with it. And almost... there is a kind of phenomenon, I think. If you think of the Fast Show, where they'd have something, and then you'd be like, okay, that's maybe mildly funny, and then they play on it these sort of catchphrases and sketches, and then you're like, it's not funny, and then they still play on the same kind of joke, and then at some point it just becomes really funny. They haven't necessarily changed anything. It's changed within yourself. There's probably a way to describe that, but I don't know what it is. But I could see why he thinks just constantly going back to that thing, it becomes funny, but it really hasn't. I do feel like it has been, for me, when we started watching it back in Series 5 and we started podcasting about it, or rather, you were watching it before and I started watching it. He was one of the best things about it. But now it does seem tired and old. And I tell you what, I'm almost tempted to watch a bit of Celebs Go Dating because I do love Rob Beckett. I tell you what, have you ever watched that Drunk History?
No, not seen it.
He does the first episode of the UK one. Obviously, it came from the US. It was part of like Comedy Central and stuff. But they do a UK one. It's all the UK comedians. And he does an episode about Henry VIII. And he's just hammered and telling this story. It's just, you can see his eyes are gone. He's hammered, and he's like, "This is fucking brilliant. I used to work on a market stall." So the idea of having someone like him, like a genuine comedian, on this, I think it would up its game. I think they do need to do something about it. I think it's just it's old now. It's not adding anything to the show.
Yeah, maybe it's just us being, grumpy old men. I don't know, but yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And the thing is, to cut a bit of slack to Ian Sterling, I suppose, it is on Channel 4, Celebs Go Dating. So you've got a bit more, because Dave, he is effing and jeffing. Some of the stuff he says, he's literally, if you were drinking, you're spitting your drink out, because he rips into the celebs and badly, like really.
Watch this.
You need to watch it. I've said it loads of times. They've had that Pete Wicks on. I don't know how many times. He was Sam Thompson's best mate. Sam listens and watches the podcast because they play that good cop, bad cop thing. That like he's the like me and you, Dave, where obviously
straight man.
The straight man. I'm the comedian sort of thing, and
I'm the
Anyone who
Deadwood.
don't watch The Office will be like, Chris, you egomaniac. But there's no straight men in this thingy, Dave. We're just two comedians together. You know, we just bounce off each other. But
Just to be very, very clear here, mindful,
I've just
not
realised
all of our audience know what the fuck we're talking about. So the idea being that the straight man is the serious one in this context.
Yes, the serious one. Yeah, I was just realising as I'm saying it, he's the serious one, and then the other one. I mean, I am the balloon head of the two of us, Dave. But we gel together. But yes, so that's where it is. I would love you to watch it just to go, oh yeah, this is ridiculous, because he's better than the show. The show's pretty like run of the mill and all that, but it's just his delivery on the lines make me piss. I always, when Sam says he's back on, I'm like, don't you watch it without me, because I end up sitting there in bed laughing my head off at him because he's just so close to the bone, like really like, how are you getting away with that? But anyway, we've had Finger this week, Dave. So we've had like Connor came in with Matilda. He's not really done a lot. He spoke to somebody who seems like a nice guy. Again, the different people they're bringing in with different personalities, different backgrounds, but we're just centering on the same people, aren't we? The same sort of three couples, and that's the branches of the offshoots of it. So I'm sort of feeling, even in week 3, that Casa Amor needs to come pretty quick. I know it's usually about week 5, but I feel we need a shake-up. We need to get rid of some of the deadwood. I mean, Harriet's got to go, I think. Like we said about Joey, I think there's just a few people need to come to the fore, and they're not getting the chance to, because it's like Nicole and Kieran. Nothing's gone on again with them this week. Nicole's an ear for everyone to, she bends her ear and lets everyone talk to her and that, but they're not really doing anything, are they, as a couple? They need to be shaken up. I think it'd be better if Nicole's head was turned, because Kieran, I think, will just go straight away. He's going to cheat on her in Casa Amor. I think it'd be good the other way to see what the dynamic of the relationship is, because she was a bit upset this week at one point, but nothing between them really is happening.
No, there's not.
What are you laughing at?
I was just looking at an old Benny Hill game.
I fucking know you were, yeah. Right, anyway.
So Nicole and Kieran, I mean, they had a bit of a wobble this week, didn't they? But not terribly interesting. I do feel that, Kieran easily have his head turned in Casa Amor. But I think if she does, I think if Nicole does as well, then that would be more impactful, wouldn't it, for the storyline? But I think the trouble is they just haven't had much screen time. I mean, what's her name? Jess. She's hardly fucking been on the screen this week. I think.
Yeah, Stockport girl Jess. Yeah, she was quite front and center last week, wasn't she? She made a bit of a play for Will, and then it just fell off a cliff, sort of thing. All that. I want a man, not a boy. And I'm like, well, you're in the wrong place if you want a man. Definitely. Fucking Love Island is not the fucking venue there's not many men coming to Love Island. Let's be honest here. It really isn't the best place to find love, Jess.
But I mean, you said about Sean, and with respect to Ian Sterling calling out or constantly going back to the well for sweet shop jokes. But I mean, Sean and Omar has been going for Matilda, haven't they? And so I must admit, I was getting to the point where I'm thinking, I don't know why you're there, Sean. Just literally, he's the Hugo of this season. But he did actually, do I want to say actually again? So he did step in, didn't he, and sort of pulled Matilda for a chat when Omar was just sat there talking to her. So I thought that was quite ballsy, and I thought, okay. But then Omar sort of had a chat with him and then seemed to completely back off. And so I don't know where that one's going to go, that triangle.
No, and I'm with you, because, I mean, the girls were watching as he pulled Matilda, and we're like, oh, no, too soon, the hideaway. I'm like, but is it really? Fucking Joey was in there straight away. Why is it too soon? Just because Sean's been respectful? I don't think there's anything there with Sean and Matilda. I think he's just desperate and he's trying to find a connection. I think her and Omar seem to have a better connection when they were together. Omar seemed a bit pushed out, and that's what you want. You want that sort of bit of a conflict. But you're right. As soon as he spoke to him, Sean just went, oh, all right then. No problem, mate. So I just don't get, he's going to go. He's got to go. He's offering nothing. I would say it's probably him and maybe Harriet could go next, because Harriet's backed off a bit this week with what we've seen on the screen, even though she's annoying. there's nothing there for her. There's no other relationship or bond she's trying to make with someone else. Is she? Will, she didn't really make a play for. So I think really them two would be my candidates to be booted this week, or maybe even tonight as the show's on.
Well, I think Sean definitely, because I mean he just, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to have anything about him for me. Harriet, I could see that the producers would want to do what they can to keep her in, just because she is so messy, isn't she? You know, you want someone, you don't want someone completely level-headed and pragmatic in there. You know, so I think the problem is, you know, we are coming up close. Probably Casa will happen end of next week, you reckon? I mean,
possibly,
we're just looking back at week 3 now, aren't we? So we're coming up to roughly the halfway point at the end of next week. So I reckon it'll be around then. And the thing is, it won't really offer anything if Harriet isn't in some sort of relationship before Casa Amor. Then you're sort of thinking, well, what was she had? She adds a bit of conflict, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But if she just goes to Casa single, then I don't know. I don't think it'd add as much of the drama, because I'm looking already now. I'm thinking Casa Amor. I'm thinking movie night. You know, I am rushing to get there, I think, in my head.
Yeah, they're the ones that bring the heat, don't they? To be honest, and I think Ronnie will be the one. Maybe they'll keep Ronnie in, then he'll get exposed completely on movie night, especially. Fucking
yeah,
he 100% he will.
Yeah, sorry to quick question. You were saying about he's got to go. You know, he'll go in week 8 or something. But prior to that, you did say, he's, you know, Olivia Atwood's best man or something. So, you know, just the conspiracy theorist in me is thinking, well, again, he's another one. The producers will do what they can to keep him in the villa. You know, they'll keep him. I think it's a fairly simple equation, isn't it? More screen time, you're more likely to stay in the villa.
Yeah.
So the
100%.
producers can absolutely manipulate, even if it is a completely above board vote, they can manipulate it. So let's not get political and talk about our election, but, you know, so I just think they're definitely going to do that. And I think Ronnie will be there right to the end, but definitely he'll be showing up in movie night. I mean, they've probably already got enough footage, haven't they? The way he just fucking talks about everyone. He literally, he's not clever with his words. He literally, the person that he's talking to, he'll tell them what they want to hear.
Yes.
So they easily got enough footage on him already.
100%, 100%. Now, Dave, I have seen a few people call me out when I say, have we got anything else? But have you got anything else? Because I was laughing saying, Chris, he's just rushing to finish the show. I'm not. I know that I don't know if I've got any more to say about this week, Dave, because I felt it wasn't a great week, if I'm being honest. It was watchable and there's a great bit of drama, but I want we need some shit next week. We need some splitting up. We need some snogging. We need some proper shithousery from the producers. They've got to up the game now. This is like the focal point of the show. Let's lead into Casa movie night with some absolute despicable behaviour. We need it, Dave.
We do, and yeah, I mean, we've been going for about 40 minutes or so already, haven't we? So I think that's pretty much it for me, unless I go over old ground, you know, just with Joey again. I just think that I'd love some good shithousery to come up, but I don't want Joey to be in the middle of it. I'd want him to be off to the side, even if, you know, he's edited out and he caused it. I need to forget Joey, to be honest, on this season, and just that feeling of everything being manipulated to a different level. So that's, if I'm looking for the next perfect week coming up, I think that's what I'd be asking for.
Yeah, I'm with you. So massive thank you, mate. A massive thank you to everyone listening. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. Please go to Facebook, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. Come and join us over there, guys. If you're outside the UK, all the shows are posted on there. You know, be quick, they are there. And there's a great chat function as well. And also, we do have a NordVPN affiliation. It's in the show notes as well. So if you do want to watch it on the ITVX app, or any of the old shows that were on Channel 4 that we've covered and that, like Love Triangle, then there is a discount there for you. So massive thank you. If you do want to support us, please get over to patreon.com/CD RealityCast. So the roll call of honour for today, and a massive thank you to everyone, is Stacey, Sinead, Jessie, Kathleen Sims, Andrea, Nick, Danielle, Kim, Amanda, Larissa, Helen, Nicola, Fiona, Maggie, Zoe, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Chloe, Joanna, Libby, Susan, Hennessy, Lauren, Lucky Lulu Green, and Kent Gustafsson. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support. Amazing. Everyone who supported the podcast, past and present. And we go into week 4, my friend. And I've got to be honest with you, Dave. Love Island, bunch of bellends, but I won't have it any other way.
I was thinking, I've done it for the last couple of series that we've covered to put together a little song, but it's always bellend related. I haven't put anything together today, by the way, before you get too excited. I was thinking more end of season kind of thing, but I was thinking I can't do another song about a bunch of bellends, but I don't see anything else to latch on to right now. So yeah, another bunch, another crop, another batch, Chris. So
well, yeah, I want to cut across you there because I got outvoted with the Bunch of Bellend song last time. I was the lyricist mastermind, and you got the best upvotes. I wasn't happy about that.
So do we need to both one? We need to do like
I think we need to step it up. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Do it. American Pie 3, Dance Off Stifler. Let's do it, Dave. A bellend off. Let's have a bellend off. Yeah. I'm not measuring mine against yours, but we'll have a bellend off.
Let's not carry on that thought process, shall we? But yeah, let's see, shall we? But thank you very much, sir. It's been great to chat again. I'd love to do this more than once a week, but this is survivable right now. And we'll do more if we can in the future. Thank you very much, though. Thanks to all our listeners out there. Thanks to all our supporters, and we'll speak to you next time.
Bye.